people for incitement, and this is a dossier of hate that once again unmasks the real face of PFI and SDPI. But unfortunately, in the name of vote bank politics, there are certain people who continue to extend patronage. I was shocked to see your channel that a CPI MLA from the same area apparently came out and said that this was a sardish to defame the area or to defame some people in that area. And we've seen the soft corner. The Congress party in Rajasthan allows a free run to PFI. When they were in Karnataka, they withdrew cases against the PFI. The Kerala government, which once upon a time said PFI was an avatar of the Simi, now has a soft peddling towards PFI, despite the High Court saying that it's an extremist organization. They've not banned the PFI in the state, while the centre and the NIA and the ED is taking action one by one on the PFI. These elements who give patronage and soft corner for PFI should be exposed as well. And we remember Patna blast when it took place in 2013, Hunkar rally, when Prime Minister was there. At that time too, the Congress party had come out and said that this was not a real threat, that this was just being done before the elections. Today, the soft corner for terrorism needs to be exposed, just like the dossier of hate that is being exposed.
No, but look at the level of incitement, Shehzad. It says, in clear words, in black and white, this dossier reads out that RSS wants to drive Muslims out of the country. That's why there is a need for a Islamic government to take over. And that's their aim by 2047. 100 years of independence in the country.
You see, this kind of hatred and this kind of divide and rule and this kind of propaganda and so-called propaganda about so-called Islamophobia is being peddled. But the problem is that this is also being mainstreamed. When we hear the language of Congress party on the RSS about Islamophobia, it sounds exactly like this dossier, and therefore the political patronage to this dossier should be also exposed as we are exposing this dossier of hate.
Yes. And the document says, in fact, calls for a scenario of a full-fledged showdown with the state. Apart from relying on trained PE cadres, we would need help from friendly Islamic nations as well. And as far as the current investigations are concerned, we are being told that the two who have been held were receiving some kind of funding from external countries as well.
Well, you see, there are always certain enemies of India, vested interests, who always want to fish in troubled waters, who want to use these kinds of organizations and people within the country to destabilize or try and destabilize India. And we've seen them on time and again in various occasions. This international toolkit of hate and propaganda against India, unfortunately, has certain elements in India, and those need to be identified, exposed, caught, and subjected to the processes of the law.